Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Takes from the Lakes podcast. I'm James, and I'm joined by Nash. It's been a couple weeks since we've done a pod. Christmas, New Year's, among other things. All that good stuff has been going on. So we're ready to get right back at it, though. And Nash, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's been a good Saturday. KU finally got, not finally, but closed out a very close game. TCU versus refs. I don't care.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened, James?
In the KU game?
Yeah.
No.
Basically, they gave us like a completely BS flagrant.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure they did.
It happened. Anyway,
I'm sure.
It's been a while since James was on the podcast, actually. Even though he's one of the hosts, he's just been absent.
Yeah.
Where where did he go?
That's exactly what happened, man.
No, but he's been busy. Congratulations to James. Attending Syracuse University next fall.
I've fully committed, as some of you saw on Instagram, committed academically to Syracuse University for the next 3 to 4 years. I might enter the draft after 3 years, so we'll see about that. But very excited for my next chapter, and just got to thank probably one person, and that's you, Nash, that helped me get to this point. I don't think really anybody else needs thanks. So
low key. I'm tough.
Playing, of course, but thank you, appreciate you for that shout out. But we're here on Saturday, January 6th. The Texans Colts game, 7 seconds left on the clock. Looking like the Texans are going to get the win and make the playoffs as either the 7 or the 6, or maybe the 4 seed, actually, because they might win the division if the Jags lose. But we'll figure out the rest of the seeding of the NFL season. I don't think we're going to start with NFL. Do you want to talk about college sports before that, or what do you want to
do? I think obviously the NFL and college football is what we want to talk about the most.
Yeah, we can give a little.
So maybe start with basketball then.
Yeah,
or no, we start with obscure stat.
Obscure stat. Okay. Mine leads into NFL. So what is yours on?
Mine's college football. So we'll talk about we'll talk about football first then.
Okay. All right, we'll give a little basketball rundown at the end, but yours is college football. You go ahead, and then we go to NFL. I'll give mine because mine's relating to that.
Okay. So across in the CFP era, every CFP semifinal has contained at least 2 of the following teams: Clemson, Ohio State, Bama, and Georgia.
Wow. And this year it was Bama and Michigan. This year.
No, this year was the first year.
This was the 1 year. Oh,
this was the first year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And even Bama barely snuck in there.
Yep, oof. Exactly.
Yeah, and everyone thought they shouldn't even gotten in because Florida State. But honestly, kind of glad they didn't. But definitely. Yeah, this college world playoff, the 4 teams, is definitely a very interesting selection, and obviously the games were incredible. So I think they picked the right teams. But yeah, there were 2 games a week ago: Michigan, Bama, and UW, Texas. We can talk about the Bama game first. Michigan won 27-20, I believe it was.
Oh my goodness, what a game!
What a game in overtime. JJ McCarthy legacy drive. Jalen Milroe disaster class. Just a game for the ages. One of the best. We've been blessed with some very good semifinal games the past 2 years. Of course, last year the Georgia, Ohio State, and TCU Michigan. But hopefully the championship game isn't like last year. But the Bama game, as far as JJ McCarthy goes, I didn't think he played incredible. I think people give him kind of overestimated how well he really played. It was just mainly that one drive, the 70-yard drive to tie the game towards the end of regulation. He didn't do anything in the overtime drive, so nothing really there. But that fourth quarter drive was definitely something that NFL scouts are looking at, and I think did raise his draft stock. We'll see how he plays in the championship game. Of course, CJ Stroud last year was honestly probably wasn't going to go number 2 if it wasn't for that Georgia performance,
Hmm.
but he just absolutely balled out. So,
Yeah.
maybe
He
we'll
was very
see.
much, yeah. JJ McCarthy just looked like such a pro.
He did, yeah. And I think even
Um,
more, I think it affects Penix more. We'll get into that, but as far as like playoff performance affecting draft stock, but yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on that game, Nash?
I mean, first of all, Georgia's defense, or not Michigan's defense looked terrific.
Yeah,
Like
they're for real.
considering that Georgia gave up how many points?
To Bama, it's 27.
Bama scored 27 on Georgia.
Yeah, Bama scored 2700. Oh, but Georgia scored,
So,
24 on them.
like, the way I see it, Georgia and Bama going into the game were probably the two best teams in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of like rankings or whatever,
Yeah.
those were probably the two best teams in the country.
Yeah.
So, honestly, for them to hold Bama to a 20 points that felt like, one time Bama got it deep in
Muff
Michigan
punt. Yeah.
and like it felt like Bama barely scraped by those 20 points.
Yeah.
That defense, that pass rush, I think look for a lot of those guys to be risers in the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it
Yeah.
just was really phenomenal. Their run game was good down the stretch, but only once Bama started to look fatigued. Like their offense really relied on JJ McCarthy being a solid QB, and he delivered.
Yeah.
Um, I think Milrow looked shaky. He just couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Bama's lack of receivers was sort of evident.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and their lack of no line was evident.
Yeah. I mean,
It
I just
just
thought even like if Bama got scored in the overtime drive, I thought they'd know like right to win that game. I thought Michigan just flat out played better. Milrow really didn't play well, like you said. And that's really all there is to it. Of course, that final play was like horrible. They didn't get close back to the line of scrimmage. So, um, yeah, I mean, it was an incredible game regardless, but I don't know if you have anything else to speak about that.
yeah. Nothing really else about that game other than I think it'll be interesting to see what happens to Michigan after the season. A lot of rumors that Harbaugh is gone, a lot of rumors that their team could just get completely gutted and they would be completely irrelevant
Yeah.
after this season, which would be sort of unfortunate, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then you move on to the second game, which, you know, the man of the hour was Michael Penix Jr. Maybe will be an even bigger riser in the draft than JJ McCarthy after his insane, I mean, dare I call it perfect performance?
No, I can agree with you on that. Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, obviously he's got elite tier receivers, all of
Hmm.
whom are going to be
Three
solid
draft
NFL
picks this
players.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, he's still dotting up.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean,
So
there
so
were
give
just
me
some
your thoughts.
unreal. Like that was one of the best college performances, quarterback performances I've seen in a like really, really long time. I mean, just unreal seam darts right over safeties, right over linebackers, everything down the sideline, was giving the ball to his receivers so they can make plays. I mean, everything from top to bottom was just incredible from him. And you mentioned CJ Stroud raising his stock in the draft last year. I mean, Penix probably went from, and of course he still has a game to play, so we'll see how he does against probably a better defense. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, not probably a better defense in Michigan, but I mean, he could go from a late to mid first rounder to a potentially top 5, top 10 pick. Of course he still has. I mean, he's had 4 season-ending injuries, 2 shoulders, a knee, and an ankle or something like that. So obviously we'll see how NFL teams value those injuries and very old prospect. I mean, what is he, like 24 or whatever? But still, regardless, an incredible game. Probably has the best arm talent in the draft up there with Caleb Williams. But just an incredible game. They scared. I mean, I was rooting for UW. I call myself a UW fan, but they scared me at the end of the game when they were up by 13 and decided to pass the ball every play. I'd mentioned to my dad how they did like a good job running the ball when they had
Mm-hmm.
to, and then they proved me wrong at the very end when they decided to pass it with like six
Yeah.
minutes left every single play, which
That
was
was the first time where I started questioning Kalen DeBoer a little bit. He's been so good
yeah.
all season.
Yeah, like that, like in the Oregon game, they got up, they started running the ball, and they won the game. And I was hoping they'd do that again against Texas, but they did not, and they almost sold. But and
Mm-hmm.
give credit to Texas too. They battled. I mean, a lot of people probably went to bed at like 12:45 when that game is still going on because it started so goddamn late. When they went up by 13, which was what my dad did and what was I was about to do as well, but I stayed up. Um, but yeah, they held
Yeah.
in there. Quinn Ewers played
And
pretty
obviously,
good for the second half, and yeah,
like Washington's defense being bad all year made it a very nerve-wracking at the end.
yeah. But yeah, in the
Tex
end, yeah. Go ahead.
Texas's defense really was just like their secondary just didn't cut it.
Yeah,
That's what it came down to. They couldn't cover.
yeah. I mean, what really saved with the game was really just the first half UW defense. That was kind of what
Mm-hmm.
really set it apart. And Texas was in a hole the rest of the game past that, and Penix was doing whatever he wanted. But I mean, they tried as hard as they could to give the game away with not kneeling the ball with 47 seconds left, and what's his face, Dylan Johnson gets hurt. The uh what's it called, returners interference that cost him 15 yards. I mean, it was just unreal bag that was almost sold, and thankfully it wasn't. Texas right there though. But yeah, great game regardless. I think Michigan UW, hopefully an awesome game. Like I said, hopefully not another 63-7 championship game like last year, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be a really good one.
Yeah. Um, I think Michigan's just like a stronger team, bigger,
Hmm.
stronger. Um, so
Yeah.
just college football, that's really what it comes down to. So
Hmm.
we'll see. Penix just needs to play perfect again for them to win.
Yeah.
Maybe even better, which is
I
like
think
crazy to say.
I would put money on UW winning though. I would. Because they
Really?
they I mean, it's an unreal, like they're just an unreal team. The amount of one possession wins they have, the amount of times they've been favored to lose. They were favored to lose against Oregon the first time. I'm not sure about USC, but that was close. Oregon, the Pac-12, they were like 9-point underdogs in the Texas game, like 3.5. They have been underdogs the whole season, and people have been counting them out the whole entire season. It I it's gonna have to take them winning the championship for people to actually believe in them. And
Hmm.
I would put money on them winning. They
Yeah.
love being the underdogs. They love playing with that chip on their shoulder, and I think they'll show it
Yeah.
in the championship game. And I mean, what is this? Probably Michigan by like 4, I'm assuming. 3.5
Here's the
probably.
thing, though. Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
Four
Can
and a
they
half.
keep it close? Can they keep it close?
Yeah.
Close game, you're right. I think maybe they have the advantage, more
Hmm.
experienced, what have you. It's can they keep it close?
Hmm.
Because I know you're a UW fan. I don't see a world where UW blows out Michigan.
Well,
But there
yeah.
is a
That's
world
just not. They couldn't
there
do that
is
to
a
any team.
world where Michigan destroys them.
I just I think there's no way it's not a close game. I legit don't. Like Penix, he's gonna do his thing. They're gonna do their thing on the grounds. That's just what they do. Like it
I
doesn't
know, no,
matter, you
I
know.
know. But I think Michigan is far and away the best team they've played.
Hmm.
Oregon, a little bit overrated. Texas, a
They're
little
still
bit
good though.
overrated.
I mean,
Obviously, still
Texas.
good. Michigan's on another level though,
I mean, Texas was that they were at their peak when they played them, so it's not like they
because
were a bad
I
team
think
that caught them on the wrong time.
talent wise, I'd say Washington is the fourth or fifth best team in the country.
Um, I mean, they have the most talented offense by
So,
far.
yeah, but
They also
like
have like the best O line in the country.
their
Like
defense is bad though. Their defense is bad though. Like, let's not. There's
it's
no two ways
not
around it.
good, but they still make plays. Like Braylon
It's not
Trice will
good
make a
though.
play for you.
Braylon Trice is tough, but
They have guys that'll
there's
make plays, especially
okay,
Michigan's offense isn't like a powerhouse. We've
but
seen it.
okay,
So,
but let's not act like they're good on defense. I think if you're ranking full strength talent teams, it goes Michigan, Georgia, Bama, maybe Ohio State, and then Washington.
I mean, I really don't care because none of those teams are in the championship game. So,
Yeah.
you know, but
So I think there's levels, and I think that's what gives Michigan the edge. They're just bigger, faster, stronger. Um,
but other teams have a bigger, faster, stronger than them, and they just find a
yeah,
way. It's just what they do. I mean, it's really all there
yeah.
is to it. So, you know, but
Agree to disagree. Let's move on to
how much money you
NFL.
want to put on
What's
Michigan?
your Do you want to do this?
Do you like how
Are we
what percentage chance do you think Michigan's gonna win?
I think I give them an 80% chance of winning.
80%? All right. We'll
50,
discuss
50,
afterwards.
50, 50 bucks on it. Wait, I
50
can't
bucks?
condone gambling on the podcast. Don't gamble.
Exactly. We were gonna do it in Monopoly money. So, it's all right. We were gonna exchange fantasy winnings, but um I think they're gonna win. You got Michigan, I got UW. We'll see how it happens. Monday night.
Bro.
But yeah, like we said, this Texans Colts game is going on at the end. Texans got the dub 23-19. They will make the playoffs, and this is the second of the many games that will decide the seeding for the playoffs. Rest of the games will happen tomorrow. First game, Steelers beat the Ravens. The second string Ravens, I think it was 17-10. Game was decided on a 70-yard Deontay Johnson touchdown. I don't know if you saw that at all, Nash, but um,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, it doesn't matter at
yeah.
all, but
They the Steelers
The
need
Steelers win is important.
the Steelers need the either the Titans to win or the Dolphins to win. Because if the
Mm,
Dolphins win, the Bills get knocked out, Steelers slide in. If the Titans win, Jags get knocked out, Steelers slide in. So I don't think I think the Titans might win, but we can get into that now. But so right now the Texans are at the 6, and the Titans win, they'd slide up to 4, and they'd have a home game against a 5 seed, and the rest of the seeding in the AFC will be decided by the Bills Dolphins game. So let me know your thoughts on that.
yeah. I think you know my pick.
For which game?
Bills Dolphins.
Bills.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
just a stronger team.
At
Which by the way, we
Dolphins.
should have done picks. There were what, 2 or 3 games today?
Yeah, we should have picks. I would have picked Texans and probably Ravens,
I would have taken
honestly.
Texans and Ravens. I would have.
Okay, so I'm glad there would have been no differences, but um yeah, so you're going Bills. I mean,
Yeah.
I I don't know. It's
Like,
tough. They are playing really well.
yeah.
They didn't really play that well last week though against the Pats. They actually kind of played really bad.
But it's the Pat. I think teams play down. It's just inevitable. But
Like the
like, here's my thing. Here's my thing. The Dolphins haven't been good against good teams. And you're like, oh, Nash, what about when they played the Cowboys? And I'd say, dear listener, the Cowboys do the exact same thing.
hmm
Like, the Cowboys and the Dolphins are one and the same. They beat up on bad teams at home, and then they get scallywagged by good teams.
Scallywag.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Word of the day.
Nice job.
Word of yesterday was booyah.
Booyah. Yep.
Booyah.
Keep note of it.
Wow, I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah, I'll leave that awkward
It's
moment of silence after that. But
yeah, God. It's gonna be on the internet. No,
yeah, you're
the
screwed.
internet's forever.
You're screwed. You're not getting the calls,
Darn
buddy.
it.
You're not. Um, but yeah, no, I can agree with you on that. I mean, I think it'll be a close game. I don't think the Bills will blow them out on the road with the season on the line. Healthy Tyreek. Um, Not really healthy anyone else though. Like they are really banged up. So that does kind of suck. I
Hmm.
know Xavier Howard's banged up. Bradley Chubb's out for a year, torn ACL. But
God, that was so sad.
yeah, it's pretty horrible.
That
In garbage time. Yeah, it's really rough. But yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it tomorrow for who I'm gonna pick. I mean, I know you're gonna pick Bills, so I can maybe I'll just go Dolphins to have some
actually,
differences, but
actually, we should probably do it tonight so that I can like get the
yeah,
graphic out in a timely fashion.
that's fair. Not like after the game started. That's fair. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Again, listeners, I'm so sorry. I do my best, you know.
hmm
There is
Also,
no Monday Night Football, right?
no, yeah, no, it's all on Sunday.
Yeah.
Also, my obscure stat, I
Oh,
forgot to
that's right.
mention at the start, but mine, so we talked about the Ravens. This can kind of lead into the MVP conversation. I think we all kind of know who it is, but my obscure stat is only one QB has 10 plus wins against teams 500 or better in a single season since 1950 when they started keeping stats. So more than 10 wins against 500 teams or better. One quarterback in the history, and that's Lamar Jackson. Um,
This
so
year.
this year, yes, the only quarterback in history to have that many
God.
wins against teams above 500. So
Yeah.
there's a reason the Ravens are the one seed, and you think Lamar's MVP too as well. Sure. Yeah.
Uh
It's like minus 2,000 to be hit. So
like, do I think he'll win the award? Yeah.
yes.
But like,
Who do you think's MVP though?
should he win the award? No.
It is a pretty weak MVP season. Who do you think it should be then? McCaffrey?
Hmm. And if it's not McCaffrey, it's Tyreek.
Yeah. I
Like,
think Tyreek's campaign ended when he was out and then they like
yeah.
won like by 30 anyways.
Well, obviously.
Um
I'm not saying he will win it, but
well yeah, yeah, yeah.
here's my thing. Here's my thing. Everybody like that is around the Ravens team, including Ravens players, will say like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best team I've ever been on."
So Odell said, yeah.
So like, it's just what everybody that's around the Ravens says, and so I think that while it reflects good on Lamar Jackson in some ways, as an MVP, that doesn't say a lot to me. Does that make sense?
Uh
Like,
I mean
I I think
they're on the
his
best team because he makes the team so good.
if you make Lamar Jackson the MVP, then the MVP becomes an award
For the
where
best
you know
team.
exactly who it's going to for the next 10. Like it's the best team's quarterback is what
I
it
mean, that's
becomes.
always kind of what it's been. Like it's never really,
Okay,
you know.
but
And they gave the best non-quarterback offense player of the year.
like here's the thing though. Josh Allen could win it. Like this would be even more so like a result of how good your team is and you being a quarterback than like years past because Josh Allen, in my opinion, has been better than Lamar. Um,
Mm, down the stretch, early on, Josh Allen was not good.
yeah, but again,
Lamar had a rough patch for like a couple, like 3 games, not even.
Lamar's stats haven't been as good. I mean, obviously he
Yeah,
brings the
29
rushing.
touchdowns, 7 picks, 3,700 yards. Yeah, obviously
Look at
nothing insane. Josh Allen.
yeah,
Um, hold on. See, Josh Allen has 27 touchdowns, 16 picks, 3,900 yards, 91 QBR. It's not that really graded. I mean, how many rushing touchdowns does he have? Well, 15 rushing touchdowns. That is kind of insane. So 42
yeah,
touchdowns, 16 picks.
yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
think, and here's the thing with Josh Allen: his team sucks.
yeah. It's tough though.
Like, like you really have to stop calling it the MVP if it's just the
The
quarterback on the best
Ravens would
team.
be really bad though if Lamar wasn't the quarterback. Like, yes, the defense is okay, but they would be the Pats with an incredible defense, and that
No,
offense would be
whoa, whoa,
horrible. That
whoa,
offense would be
whoa,
horrible.
what? They would be the Pats? No,
Yes,
no, 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 no.
that offense would
No.
suck.
No.
How? Tell me.
Stop it.
Go. Why would
Because
that? Give
it's
me one reason that offense would be good, like anywhere near average without Lamar.
I think they could be average without Lamar. We saw what Tyler Huntley did last year. It has everything to do with scheme.
Tyler Huntley, they didn't win like any. Hold up. When Lamar was out,
They
they
were
lost like
in
all
every,
their games.
but they were in every single game. And Tyler Huntley like wasn't even bad.
Exactly. So if they were in every, he was three. He was hold up. He was 1-3 when Lamar. He's 3-5 when Lamar's been out. If you're saying Tyler Huntley's not bad and they've been every game, that's like the counterintuitive to your point.
What?
If you're saying that Tyler Huntley wasn't bad and they're in every game, and you're saying that Lamar doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're saying that that's the reason why they're in every game is because he wasn't that bad. I'm saying that you have no Lamar has the biggest impact on a quarterback than any other team, maybe besides Mahomes.
No.
They would be that
Oh my
offense.
god. I
What?
okay. That's a fair point because obviously like Purdy. Sure. I mean, you can make the case for Allen just because he. That's my point.
Okay, no,
Okay,
no, no. Okay,
take
here, no, no.
okay. Look at this. Look at
Let me
this.
go back to the Tyler
Look
Huntley thing.
look at this, right? Hold on. Josh Allen, because obviously, like I'm not. There's sort of a disconnect on the Tyler Huntley point. Clearly, um,
You're what
I'm
you
not
said
gonna
was
I'm not
like
gonna argue
opposite
with
of
you
your
about
of
that.
your of your argument. Like it was.
I'm confused, but I'll sure I'll whatever. Maybe I did say something. I don't know. I'm confused. Anyway,
You just like completely went against yourself.
okay, whatever.
You
Anyway,
completely went against yourself.
oh, I heard you the first time, buddy.
You completely with the Tyler Huntley argument. You completely went against yourself.
Anyway, so that we're not going in circles and everybody's not listening to us just say the same thing over and over
Here we
again.
go with this guy.
Anyway, if you take, say, Josh Allen, Lamar had pretty comparable statistic seasons, even though like they're different, they're good in different areas. Take Josh Allen off the Bills. Take Lamar off the Ravens. Who's winning?
Against each other.
Yeah.
Bills.
No, you're just saying this for the sake of your point.
Who?
You
Okay, okay,
know
fine,
that's
fine, fine,
not
fine,
true.
fine, fine.
You know
Okay,
that's not true.
Ravens.
And and
Who?
and and, and here's another thing.
What's
Here's another
the
thing.
Bills could miss the
Take no,
playoffs.
no,
The
shush.
Bills
Take a
might
quarterback.
legit miss the
Yeah.
playoffs. Then that's because Josh Allen was really bad to start the season. Yes, he's been
And
very
if they
solid
make the
some
playoffs,
games as
it's because he carried the team on his back in the latter
in
half.
one game
The
at the
Ravens,
very end.
bro.
The Ravens are the one seed, and that's been because Lamar has been the best quarterback in the
Okay.
NFL this season.
No.
Yes,
Look, if you take the starting
Josh
quarterback
Allen.
off of any team, save for maybe Brock Purdy and the Niners, every good team take the starting quarterback off, they become a bad team. Am I wrong?
Mm,
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
but sure, you're gonna get worse because obviously they're the starter, and if you put a backup in, they're gonna be worse. But there's
Exactly.
different levels to it. There's
And their
different
offenses
levels. They don't
become
all
nowhere
get
near
equally
average.
worse. One team might
Exactly.
get a little
Exactly.
bit. What are you
And and
saying?
and, and here's what I'm saying. I'm saying the Ravens get less worse with Tyler Huntley than the Bills do with whoever their backup is.
That's not what the MVP is, though. It's not a, oh, if he's that's just it's what you actually do on the field. And the Ravens are the one seed with Lamar Jackson, the quarterback this year, and the Bills might miss the playoffs.
If
Or they'll
if
make it with as 11-6. But either way, the
if
Ravens won't play in the wild card because Lamar Jackson has been
if
so good.
it's the fact that people were saying Brock Purdy should get the MVP before his bad game against the Ravens proves to me why Lamar shouldn't get it.
Because
It's a team. It becomes a team award if you give it to Lamar. First of all, I don't even think it should go to Josh Allen, but I think him and Lamar are closer than people are willing to admit because the Ravens are better than the Bills.
Uh-huh.
But
If
I
Brock
think
Purdy
it
didn't
should
have
go
the
to.
horrible game,
I think
I think it would have been fine
yeah.
if he got
I
MVP.
think I think no, that's bad. He's a system
He was the
keeper.
best quarterback. Yes, I agree with you, but he was the best quarterback. So he should have gotten it.
Exactly. And why? Okay, but why is it a quarterback award?
Because quarterback is the most important position. The only reason
And yet,
McCaffrey
and
was
yet, and
in the
yet, and
talks is because he
yet,
was
and
so
yet,
important to the
McCaffrey,
Niners.
and yet McCaffrey was still the most important player. The
Yeah, but
most
not enough
like
because quarterbacks are still more important than any running back in the league.
regardless of positional value, McCaffrey still provided the most value. Still, even
For the
though
Niners?
quarterback is more important. Yes.
Okay, I don't care about the Purdy thing. This is about Stroud and Allen. Like you
No,
can say
okay.
whatever you want for
This is about
I
Stroud and Allen. Okay,
sorry,
you're losing your mind.
I'm looking at Stroud on the
Oh, I'm
Sports
looking
Center
at
now.
whatever, buddy. Anyway,
All right, let's chill down.
McCaffrey should win the award.
MVP right now.
Yes.
Mc, Christian McCaffrey should win MVP over Lamar
Christian,
Jackson.
hold on, give me a second. Give me 1 second.
So you just told me Christian
Hold
McCaffrey
on,
should
hold on,
win
hold on,
MVP
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
right now.
hold on, hold on,
His season stats are gonna be final because he's not playing tomorrow.
hold on.
Oh boy, what's
Just
yep, take a little bit longer.
you hear that?
Huh?
You hear that?
Nope. You're just
Can you
embarrassing
hear that?
yourself. Nope. You're just
Yes, you
embarrassing
can.
yourself. I can't. I don't know
Okay.
what you're doing.
Anyway, dang it.
Yeah,
Here's
there we go. He always tries to do something and goes
that
wrong.
sucks.
What was it?
I was just gonna play like intro music and then announce him by his full name and date of birth, and like say that he should win the MVP,
Sing the intro music.
and like list off. I'm not gonna sing and announce him at the same time. That's impossible. Anyway, Christian Jackson McCaffrey, born June 7th, 1996. Uh, drafted 8th overall in 2017.
Mm-hmm. Good
AP
to know.
College Football Player of the Year in 2015, and finalist for the Heisman Trophy.
Mm-hmm.
NCAA record holder for most all-purpose yards in the season.
Okay.
And this year, he has 1,500 rushing yards,
Mm-hmm.
14 touchdowns, 564 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, for a total of over 2,000 all-purpose yards and
Okay.
21 touchdowns.
All right. So you think, not even you think, like, because I agree with you, but Brock Purdy was good because of the Shanahan scheme, correct? Because he's a system quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to say that Christian McCaffrey by himself is the most valuable player, even though his quarterback is a product of the same exact scheme that he's in?
Because Shanahan's scheme is good, partly because his skill players are so good.
Shanahan, no, the Shanahan. Okay, that's not true because the
Yes,
Shanahan
it is.
scheme,
What?
the Shannon, the Shanahan scheme, it literally could have any quarterback in there, no matter who the weapons are, and it will be good, and that has been proven. Jimmy Garoppolo,
And the offense hasn't been nearly as in the Kyle Shanahan era. This
Raheem
is the most
Mostert
potent.
has been like an
This
1,000
is
yard
this
rusher,
is no Raheem Mostert gets hurt every year except for
and
this
he
year.
was and then 1,000 yard rusher
And Raheem Mostert has
or
been
close to it
proven to be a good running back by this year.
in the same
So
scheme. McDaniel is a product of the Shanahan scheme.
it is
Wow.
not the same
Wow.
scheme.
He was an OC. Yes, it is. He was an OC under Shanahan. He
Just because he
ran
was
the running game for the Niners.
just
Oh
be
my God.
just
You,
because he was an
it's
OC
all coming together for you now.
just because he was an OC for
Oh my
Shanahan does
God.
not make it the same
Oh
scheme.
my God.
It
Here we
does not
go.
make it the same scheme at all.
Nah,
Are
this
you
is
out
rough
of
for
your
you,
mind?
bro. It's under the Shanahan tree. Mike McDaniel. Literally go look at
That means
anything with
nothing. That means nothing. Are you going to say every coach under the Reed and Belichick tree is the same as Reed and Belichick?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
no, that's not. That's because I'm
Okay,
not
okay,
comparing it to
okay,
other
okay,
schemes.
okay, okay. Then your point is invalid. You can't just make that broad of a claim.
Mike McDaniel, who
Oh
ran
my
the
God,
running
this is
schemes
ridiculous.
for the. Okay, we're not. Who cares about Raheem Mostert? Just go on with your McCaffrey thing.
The 49ers offense is more potent this year than it has been in the entire Shanahan era.
Okay,
True or false?
true.
Okay. And what's changed? Call Brock Purdy similar skill level as Garoppolo, slightly better.
Way better.
What's changed?
I mean, they
What's
had
the
McCaffrey
difference?
last year, and they would they lose in the.
For like half the year, they had insane quarterback troubles, and
Okay,
people
so
forget
so
that they
you
were
so
they
you
were they were gonna they were gonna win the Super Bowl if everything all didn't go insanely wrong in the NFC Championship.
so you glazed
So
Josh Allen
so
for that whole time, and yet right now you're saying that McCaffrey should win over Allen and Lamar.
I said that immediately. Yes. Yes. What's the difference this year that has made the
Uh,
49ers offense more put? Answer my question. You know what the answer is. You know what the answer is. Who's been the
that's not a
difference?
matter for the MVP.
Answer
Okay,
the
the
question.
offense.
You
Okay,
know
yeah,
what the answer.
McCaffrey. There you
What?
go. Let me
Okay,
talk.
there you
Let me
go.
talk. Let me talk. The
And
yes,
they're still
Nash,
the
Nash,
best
Nash,
team in the
Nash,
NFL.
Nash,
I
Nash,
don't care.
Nash. Stephon Diggs, right? The Bills' offense
You're
before the
silly.
Bills got Stephon Diggs. It wasn't, Josh Allen was like really, he wasn't a good quarterback. He was pretty bad. Was throwing picks like
He
55.
was really bad.
He was really bad. 55 completion percentage, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. The Bills get Stephon Diggs. They're incredible. Josh Allen, second or third in MVP. Okay. They're way better. Why wasn't Stephon Diggs MVP? And why was Josh Allen second or
Because they
third?
weren't the best team.
No, they made the AFC Championship game, and they were like the whatever 2 seed. Why didn't
Yeah.
they were the 2 seed? Why didn't Stephon Diggs win the MVP?
Because
Why didn't why didn't why didn't why didn't
Stephon Diggs didn't have a historic season.
okay, then why didn't Derrick
He
Henry
was
when he ran
good. He
why
was
didn't
good.
why didn't Derrick Henry when he ran for 300 yards, sorry, 2,000 yards, and they and they made the AFC Championship? Why didn't he win the MVP?
He should have.
There we
Who
go.
won that year? Who won that year?
Chiefs and
No,
Mahomes.
who won? Who?
Oh,
Yeah,
20, so that was year before COVID. That was so which Super Bowl was that? That was that Bucks? No, no, no. That was Niners Chiefs. That was it was Rodgers, I believe.
Rodgers had a good year last year.
No, was
That
it was
year,
hold
that
up.
year,
Let me double check that.
it was either Rodgers or Lamar.
No, Lamar was
Oh no,
no, because
no, no,
Lamar
because the
was
Chiefs. No, no, it was Lamar because that was the year the Chiefs won the
Titans,
Super Bowl.
Chiefs. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was the year. Yeah, yeah, because Titans beat the Ravens. Yeah, so it was Lamar.
yeah,
And Lamar was on the one was a quarterback of the 1 seed Ravens who were 14-2.
he was really good. So okay, Lamar, Derrick Henry though that should have been close. That should have been a contest. Um, I mean, God, T.J. Watt when he tied the sack record
Lamar was a
could have been in
unanimous
the conversation,
MVP.
which is like crazy to
So
me.
nobody else got a single vote for MVP.
That's crazy to me personally. Like Lamar was terrific that year. Them being 14-2
A team getting
is
better just because one player is added doesn't the Raven okay, sorry. The
okay.
Niners
Well,
have
it's
made the
one thing.
Super Bowl
It's one thing to
with
say. It's one thing to say like one guy is added and then like everything starts to click and other players start playing well. But like aside from Ayuk and Purdy being a system quarterback, nobody on the Niners has like had that great of a season.
Kittle's actually had a really good year. He's 1,000
He's
yards.
had a yeah, but he hasn't been like dominant.
He's
He's
had
been
actually had like a
good.
really good year.
He's been good, but the offense without McCaffrey, I think the offense
I've
is
seen Eli
mediocre.
Mitchell run for 150 yards like 2 years ago or a year ago in that off. Before McCaffrey,
And
like
and
I've seen
and
Eli
and the
Mitchell run for
offense was and
150
the
yards.
offense was bad.
No, the offense was good.
No, no,
Oh my
no,
God.
no, no.
You want to look at this?
They made it to those Super Bowls because the defense was astounding.
What year did they trade for?
And
I'm
it
sorry.
still is, to be honest. But
What game did they trade for McCaffrey?
that was so funny. That actually was so funny.
What?
When Eli Mitchell like went off the game after they traded for McCaffrey.
Yeah.
That's what that was, right? That's what you're talking about?
No, like before they got him. Eli Mitchell was like running for like 150 yards every game, and I know because I had him in, or no, I had him the year before in fantasy. Even yeah, in the year before in fantasy, he'd go crazy for me every single week. Jeff
Mm.
Wilson, Jeffrey Wilson ran for 120 yards on 17 carries in what was this? Week 5 of last year before they got McCaffrey. Jeff Wilson. So what is adding McCaffrey? Yes, he'll get probably, let's say he gets 200 scrimmage yards. It's like a really good game for him. 80 more yards and another touchdown. Okay. That's that much more than Jeff Wilson can do in that same exact offense. Like that's not the most valuable player in the NFL.
He's putting up the best numbers. I mean, are you gonna say like Mahomes shouldn't get his MVP because Andy Reid's a great coach?
No, because quarterback's completely different from running back.
Huh.
Completely different. Not even close. What is your
He's
definition of MVP? Like what is your like definition?
the the most important player to a team's success.
Okay. The Niners have made the Super
And the
Bowl
best
three, four
like the
years
best
ago with
call it the
Joe
best
McCaffrey and
statistical
Jimmy G.
season, the best statistical season that has led to a team's success. Because like
That's such a loaded definition. Most
I mean,
vague thing ever.
what's your definition then? The
Definition?
quarterback on the best team?
Hear me. The
Like
most
that's so lame.
valuable player in the NFL.
That means nothing. You're repeating what the that's what I
Is it not the
you
name of
can't
the award?
you
Lamar
can't ask me for
Jackson.
that means nothing. That's
Lamar
you literally
Jackson.
just saying Lamar is the MVP, and I disagree with you.
The Ravens are 13-4. They are the 1 seed
I can't deal with
because
this.
Lamar.
I can't believe you just said that. I can't believe
I
you just said that.
can't believe I just said what the name of the award.
Yeah, that when I asked you for your definition, you you just say
You
that you
also
repeat
can't
the name of the award and then act like what I said was stupid.
you also can't
Oh
like
my
you
god,
have to
you're
realize.
ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
Wait, listen to me. You have to realize like you you can't just change how the award works. And like running backs just don't get the MVP. Like they just don't. So the history of the MVP has set a standard for what it actually is. Running backs just do not get it. All right, and with
I can't deal
that,
with you.
looks like I'll be kicking Nash out of the call.
Running backs not
All
getting
right,
it is not a reason to justify why they shouldn't.
Josh.
Just because we
Nash.
know McCaffrey's not going to get the
Nash.
award doesn't mean he shouldn't get the award. You
You can't change the history of the MVP sets a standard for what it is. You can't just change that. That's just how
so
it
are you
is.
are you saying that because McCaffrey won't get the award, that's the reason he shouldn't?
No, not even close. No, no, no. I'm
That's
saying that.
basically what you're saying.
Oh, well, you're not listening to me then. Listen
Oh
to
my
me.
god, you know I'm listening to you.
There we go. All right, now you are. So, MVPs in the history of the NFL, especially in the modern era, let's say the last 10 years, not a single one has gone to a quarterback. That the definition of the MVP is
Not a single one
what
has gone to a quarterback.
hasn't gone to one since Adrian Peterson in 2012. And LT when he ran for in 2006 when he ran for 28 touchdowns. And that's in a completely different era, completely different game. Quarterbacks, yeah, we know that. But you have to realize the MVP, the definition is based on what has happened for a player to get that in recent memory. That is the basis of the MVP. You can't just completely change, be like, oh, now we're going to give it to this guy, because he has the best stat. Like, they are keeping it by the same standards, and those standards have been the best quarterback in the NFL combined with that team's success will get the MVP, and that is Lamar Jackson this year. It was Pat Mahomes last year. It was Aaron Rodgers the 2 years before that, and all the other quarterbacks before that.
Yeah. It,
Last year the Chiefs won the Super Bowl because Pat Mahomes was the MVP. And Jalen Hurts was number 2, and they made a Super Bowl and they barely lost. So no running back is winning a Super Bowl for a team or getting team 1 seed. The Niners are the most stacked roster in the NFL, and they're the 1 seed because of that. I'm not saying McCaffrey doesn't. I'm not saying McCaffrey doesn't help them with that. He absolutely does, but he's not
because
the most
like
valuable
you
player.
could say the same thing about Jalen Hurts last year getting second.
Yeah, it's fair. He also had a stacked team, but they also were the 1 seed, and he was a quarterback, which is the most important position. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, what's the most important position in basketball?
I mean, they're all
Kind of
just
equally important.
yeah.
Like, if
It's
just
really not like
because
any
quarterback,
respect.
yeah, it's yeah, but just because quarterback is the most important position doesn't stop certain players, from being able to affect the game in just as significant a manner.
Okay,
Does that make
fair.
sense? Like,
Yeah, sure, but not over the course of a season.
I just it to me, the biggest thing is that it's disheartening to me that the best player this year, you can say whatever you want about like the nature of the most valuable player award. The best player this year has been Christian McCaffrey. Is that fair?
I mean, sure. Then he'll get Offensive Player of the Year. He's not the most valuable.
That's just so like
That's just how it works,
that's just
dude.
so crazy to me.
That's just how it works, man. Get used to it, bud.
Like, obviously I am used to it. I've already said that I
Well, you're
understand that
not.
McCaffrey won't win the award.
But the fact that you say it says that he should, which is just he shouldn't, because that's just not how like he's just not the most
Should and
valuable
will
player.
are two different things.
Yeah, I know.
So like, what's your point?
I don't have one,
Okay. Okay. Is it
buddy.
time to move on?
All right, little Nash Cook session to start the year. It's great to be back, guys. Happy 2024. But yeah. I mean, as far as NFL goes, we didn't really touch on NFC at all.
Yeah.
Not
Do you want to do like playoff predictions real quick?
sure. Wait. Yeah, on NFC there's nothing really much to change. It's basically just decided between Green Bay, Seattle, New Orleans. And I think Green Bay, I believe they control their destiny. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll figure it out. All right. So you want to do what do you mean like predictions for this week or for playoffs in
No,
general?
predictions like what's gonna happen in the playoffs. I know it's not
Okay.
like set in stone, but like,
Yeah.
you know.
Sure. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Of course. All right.
What do you mean of
Of
course?
course. I
It's
think
ridiculous.
so let's give our championship game predictions. And let's not worry about
Okay.
like who's gonna play who. We'll just say the top 2 teams. Or like not worrying about like how the seeding will work. So I think Baltimore, I think they'll get there. I mean, there's really no reason for me to say they won't. When they're at full strength, they have destroyed every team in their way. So I think Baltimore hosts the AFC Championship game. And it's pretty hard for me to not say the Chiefs will be there as well. I'd say if the Bills,
Mm,
I'd say if the Bills beat Miami, I think they'll get there. But the Chiefs like also really just have like not been good this year, like just straight up. But then again,
mm,
you can't bet against Mahomes in the playoffs. But I think
yeah.
give me Baltimore. I think Buffalo's gonna win. I don't. It's so God. Just give me Baltimore Buffalo. I think Baltimore's gonna win though. Um, so give me Ravens in the Super Bowl, and as far as NFC goes, give me give me a little Cinderella run out of the Rams again, you know, and then I think the Niners will choke. Give me Detroit. Let's have some
Yeah.
fun. Detroit Rams. I think they're gonna end up playing each other in like
Okay, what's your Super Bowl?
in the wild card, but so it's gonna be Detroit Baltimore, and the Detroit Lions will win their first Super Bowl in the history of the franchise. Let's go. Let's do this thing,
Whoa.
Detroit. Gotta be bold.
Whoa.
Jared Goff,
What
the
just happened?
goofball, will take this team to the heavens.
The goofball. Already
Let's
sold
have
one
some
Super
fun.
Bowl.
Yep,
God, that's
and he's learned.
hilarious. Um, yeah, I mean, who are the Chiefs going to play in the wild card?
So right now they're the 3 seed.
It'd be the Steelers, right?
Well, the Steelers could be out. So they would play one of either. So could they move up? Did they beat? No, they lost the Bills. Yeah, so they're locked in for the 3 seed. Um, so they would play the 6 seed. So they'd either play. It could be Steelers, Jacksonville, or Houston, I believe. I
Okay.
don't even know.
So like none of those teams we've played. I think I think you gotta expect us to win and then, figure we're playing either the Bills or the Dolphins. I think the
On the road.
Dolphins get if the Dolphins beat the Bills tomorrow, I think they get upset in the wild card.
Okay.
I
Against
think
whoever the 7 seed
I
is.
think the Browns not having a QB really hurts.
Dude, they just
But they're good
they just
anyway.
ball.
I
That's
feel
the
like
thing
I feel
though.
like that's a really scary matchup if I'm the Chiefs.
You don't want to play the
No,
Browns.
nobody wants to play the
Yeah.
Browns.
Joe Flacco just throws the ball like wherever he
Yeah.
wants and has no regard for anything else. It's so awesome. Like he just doesn't care
O'Connell
at all.
for
Hmm?
coach of the year.
That's what you think? You got to give it to
Duh.
D'Amico. O'Connell even? No. You got to give it to D'Amico Ryans, I think.
Or
McConnell's gonna finish 7-10 maybe or
or
8-9. So
God, why am I blanking on his name?
what team?
Detroit.
Campbell, Dan Campbell.
Yeah, Dan Campbell.
I
I
think
was
I
I was
think
about to say Dan Quinn. Oh,
oh, that would have been rough.
yikes.
No, I think you got to give it to D'Amico. That team was expected to pick like top 3 in the draft, and they're 10-7. So,
Yeah.
and they might win the division. I think it's.
But like,
I
then
imagine
do
he's
you
a
just
heavy
give
favorite.
CJ Stroud the MVP?
No, you give him Rookie of the Year though. What?
If Puka breaks the record, is he rookie of the year?
Yes, but I think they'll still give it to CJ. It'll be like
Yeah.
the Herbert Jefferson type of
It's like
deal.
it's like really tough. That's so tough. Who ended up winning? Herbert won, right?
Herbert, yeah. Oh wait, did
Yeah.
he? Yeah,
Yeah. He
I think
did.
they'll give it to CJ, but Puka should get it. I
Mm.
wonder if Puka was like a first rounder though. I wonder if he, like, what the narrative would be around him. Like if people would still be going so crazy. I imagine they would, but yeah.
Yeah.
Defensive
Um,
player of the year. What do you think? TJ? Garrett?
I was gonna say Garrett.
Yeah, it's probably
But
Garrett.
it was Micah Parsons for me for a long time, and it just hasn't been.
Yeah, he'll get his eventually. I think it's
Yeah.
Miles Garrett too.
I mean, honestly, like you could give it to a corner.
Josh Allen is having a sneaky. I'm not saying you should get it. He's also having a sneaky good year. Like really,
Yeah.
really good. Um,
Like not to
60 and a half
The
sacks.
fact that Legarius Sneed didn't make the Pro Bowl is insane.
Josh Allen didn't even make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's just like name value. They'll just vote. Like you can tell like Philly fans voted for all their guys, Dallas, like all the big fan bases just vote their players in.
Yeah.
But um yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I got nothing else to say for NFL unless you
Yeah.
do.
So my predictions, I think the Chiefs have to like figure if we play the Bills or the Dolphins, right? We've already beat the Dolphins, and the Bills we would have won if Kadarius Toney wasn't,
You'd
slow.
you would play at Buffalo. It would be a road game.
Okay. I mean,
Unless
okay.
if you say Miami Mahomes never played a road game. If you say in the playoffs, if you say
I know.
Miami gets upset though, you would play at home against whoever they
He
get
did
upset
in that
by.
one Super Bowl though.
That's don't count that. COVID, it's like 30%. Don't use that for his
Yeah.
narrative, bro. And
What?
also like don't try and use some COVID Super Bowl home
Okay, bro.
stadium
Okay,
stuff for his
whatever, bro.
narrative.
Whatever,
Let's not
bro.
get there.
Did you just call it homeschool?
I said COVID home stadium.
Home stadium. I thought you said homeschool.
um, but like the Chiefs, like they've never looked this bad in the Mahomes era at the end of the season. So,
Oh.
um,
It's okay. One question. Is it Mahomes' fault?
uh, partially, I mean, he is the quarterback on a team that is not playing up to their standard. But like, I think it's in terms of teams playing bad, it's not quite his fault as it would be other quarterbacks. Because I mean, obviously, he has horrible
He's been
weapons.
good.
Kelsey has been washed. Tony, obviously, Valdez Scaling, obviously horrible. So, um,
Yeah.
I think if they lose in the playoffs, I think it will be his fault. Like I think it's up to him if they win. If they don't, I think it'll end up being his fault. But like I'm not betting against him until I see him lose. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be dumb. But
Yeah, that's fair.
just
But
gotta
yeah,
respect it. It's
I
like Brady.
think honestly, God, the Bills are scary.
Yeah, playing at Buffalo in a divisional freezing. I mean, freezing cold doesn't really matter because they play in it too. But
I think
that's
if the
just
Bills are
tough.
a wild card team, then they make the Super Bowl.
Uh, they wouldn't be. They would either
They
be the
wouldn't be.
they would be the 2 seed or miss the playoffs. No in between.
God, that's
So
right.
you would play if the Bills win against the 7, which would be the Colts or the Jags or
Because I
Pittsburgh.
feel like the Bills are the most dangerous team.
Yeah, you
And
don't want to
like
play the Bills in the playoffs.
Chiefs Bills championship game wouldn't happen.
No, it'd be divisional, and
I
then you
think
play
oh so
Baltimore probably, and
I think the Ravens have kind of a Mickey Mouse to the championship game a
that's
little
what
bit.
happens when you get the 1 seed.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah,
They
yeah.
they earned it. They earned it. Um, but I think either the Chiefs or the Bills play them in the championship game, and either the Chiefs or the Bills go to the Super Bowl, and I think they lose to the 49ers,
Lamar will have had like three wet
who play the
weeks of rest
Lions
too.
who play Lions in the championship
Oh,
game.
of course you had to take my Lions pick.
In the
God.
championship game, not in the.
Oh,
That's
still
not even a
though.
hot take because the Cowboys suck and the Eagles suck. So
The Eagles being bad is so fun. Like
it's
it's so fun.
hilarious.
So you got Niners, Lions, Niners win, and then Rave. Do you have the Ravens getting beat in the divisional?
Ravens getting beat in the championship game by either Chiefs or Bills.
Then
It's
who's your Super
impossible for
Bowl?
me to say who
Just say Chiefs,
49ers.
bro.
49ers.
No matter what, the 49ers are gonna win.
Wait.
You just gotta
No,
say Chiefs,
I got to rock with Pat. He's never let me down before. That's not
unless
true.
until he gets to the Super Bowl or he plays Brady. Good, dude. Thank God Brady's retired, man. He doesn't have anything to worry about. Wow. I mean,
Don't talk.
good for
Stop,
Pat.
bro.
And Joe
God, you're the
Burrow's out
worst.
too. Oh, let's go. But yeah, Mahomes is happy those two guys aren't playing. But yeah,
All
that's all
right.
I got for NFL.
Should we wrap it up and do our random topic and talk about college sports another or basketball another time?
Yeah, yeah, we probably
It's
save
a
that.
yeah, I mean there's a lot of exciting stuff going on in the NBA. OG
Yeah,
Anunoby just traded. It's actually really competitive this year.
Celtics 17 and
Paulo
0 at home.
Paulo Banchero, the funniest. Did you see that clip
I don't think
of
so.
him
What was
like
it?
getting hurt and like screaming and like everybody could hear it?
Oh no, I did. Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I mean it's just looking super competitive. A lot of young teams have been really good, but
Hmm.
we really don't have time to drag it on. Obviously, college basketball starting to ramp up, get some rivalry games soon,
Yeah.
but tune in for more on that.
Do
What
we
should
have
be
a
our
random topic?
we didn't think about it, but we can always come up with one. That's kind of what we do.
True. You had one that you showed me that one
I
time. Do you remember?
know.
Hmm.
Is it like
I don't remember. This might be rough if we can't think of a topic.
uh did we already do school subjects?
No, I don't think so. Should we do just school
Is that
class?
is
Like,
that is that is that good or is that whack?
it's so nerdy unless we could do it.
Is that yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If we do,
That that
let's
make
not do like,
that that makes me sound so whack.
let's just do it. Who cares? Everyone knows we're nerdy. But don't say
I don't
math. You
know
have to say like,
I don't know who
oh,
you're
shut
talking to,
up.
bro. I don't know who you're talking to,
Bro,
bro.
I can pull up some pics of like you 2 years ago and everyone I can
Whoa,
put that on the
what?
Insta. I have so much
No.
power.
Whoa. Wait. Winner of the picks. gets to post the embarrassing pictures of the other person on the pod Insta.
You're only saying that because you're up right now.
Okay, but the risk is worse for me. You
You
know
know,
that. I have some funny stuff of you, but it's not nearly as
that's
bad.
true. That's true. All right.
So
So
like
that and nothing else.
that and like t-shirt maybe. Like we get
I
to
don't
write
want
on
to
a
do
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
Is that scary for you?
Yeah. I mean, I
It's
know I'm
like
gonna win, but I'm trying to be safe
Nat
for you.
Nash is my father.
Yeah, that
Would
would
that
be
be
fun.
better or worse than me leaking your like funny pictures?
I don't know what pics you would have to leak of me though.
I have one of you like on your phone on a bed, like looking at me. Do you know what I'm talking
When?
about?
From when?
Wait. I'm gonna send it. It's from a long time ago.
All right. So do you want to do school subjects real quick though, or
Yeah, let's do school shut. I'm gonna send
okay,
it to you while you give your takes.
okay. And also, don't say like math. You got to say what class, like what specific math class.
Well, it
Of
would be
course.
fun if we weren't.
Yeah. All right.
Duh.
The best class. I think we might honestly. I don't know though, but I know you think highly of this class. But the best class that you can ever take in school, the best class for those who have yet to reach high school or even middle school, because we took it in middle school. The best class to ever take is algebra. Algebra
Whoa,
is the
what?
most
Whoa,
essential
what?
class.
Essential. I mean,
It's most essential. I thought it was fun because it's like interesting and makes sense. You need it. It's math. Who doesn't love math? So I
did you
got
get it?
algebra. What?
Check what I sent you.
Oh, God. Oh God. I gotta win picks. I gotta win picks. Yeah. Anyways, algebra is one. Are we doing like APs and stuff too?
I
Be kind
mean,
of nerdy.
yeah, I don't want to like make myself sound like I just
Yeah.
have no life. But yeah, no, like
Algebra is
I
just in a
hate
tier by itself.
to be fair though, I hated algebra like so much.
Yeah. Mm,
But like it's so
you
useful and
need
like
it.
I see how like helpful it can be like on the day to day too.
Yeah.
Um, what about psych? That's a good class.
It is a really good class.
But like you
Yeah.
kind of have to be like I can't speak for any other like schools. I just know
Yeah.
it's
You
great
just
at
have a really good
OL.
teacher. Yeah.
Shout out Mr. Moore. Like I wish I paid attention in that class more than I do. But like you and me are just too dynamic of a duo to pay attention.
We're too good for school, man.
For those who don't know, we play Immaculate Grid like the entire
Although it
class.
got blocked, so now our Linsanity run is over on Immaculate Grid.
What
But
about that is Linsanity? That makes
it
no
was short
sense.
lived. It was short lived.
Oh, it's short lived, but it wasn't unexpected.
That's
Everybody knew
true.
that we ball
Everyone
like
knew
that.
that. That's true. I was literally about to say that exact sentence. Um, but
uh,
yeah, algebra
okay.
too. I mean, U.S. history. I mean,
Shout out Miss Connolly.
Connolly.
It's my dog. Okay, I did bomb the last test though. I fell asleep like
Yeah,
halfway
you told me
through,
that.
and I did really bad.
You told me
And
that.
I feel so bad because she gave it back to me, and she like looked so sad.
Uh,
Like I thought you were such a good student, and she gave it, and like I don't know
damn.
what to do now. I felt so
Drop the
bad.
class, bro.
I just couldn't stay awake.
Damn.
Uh,
Um. Anyways, yeah. That's I got algebra, psych, and U.S. history. Honestly, I don't love really any like science. I don't like chemistry. Like
oh,
physics, sometimes I liked, but not so much.
wait, yeah.
Bio, I didn't
Physics is
like.
like I don't know how I'm gonna apply physics. Physics is the most interesting class ever,
Hmm.
but it's so difficult.
Yeah.
And like I'm not saying I'm good at it, but
Yeah.
it is very interesting. I mean, shout out honorable mention art history for like I just like who doesn't love nap time? I hope
All
Miss
right.
Sullivan never listens to this.
Yeah, you're screwed, bro.
That actually like reflects poorly on my
College is gonna listen.
this whole
College is
segment
better not
reflects
listen to
poorly on
this.
me as a student. Yeah.
College is gonna
That's
listen to you saying like your reasoning for CMC as an MVP, and they're gonna be like, oh, hell no. So
Oh yeah, that's why they're not gonna let me
we
in.
might not if just pay me off and I won't put this up. But yeah. Anyways, I
The
think we
fact
do
that
need
this is
to.
what we're talking about is so hilarious.
You would say that. I would have never said this in a million years. I'm not nerdy like that, but um, even though I just said I was. But yeah, that's all I got. I think we need to get out of here. It's too late.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy for sure.
yeah. But
Anyway, before I say anything else ridiculous,
yeah, please, we need to end this thing.
we'll see all of our great listeners. We'll see you guys next time. Signing
Subscribe
off
to
on Takes and Race
YouTube.
podcast.
Follow
Yep.
TikTok. Follow Instagram.
Instagram.
Instagram popping per usual. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.